everyone, Sheree here. Today I'm doing a vacation themed page using products from Felicity Jane, and I've got a little bit of a variety of things here. I've got a couple of papers from the Brie Kit. I've got the puffy shapes from the Brie Kit that I'm going to use the word sunshine from. That'll be my title. I do have an older stamp set here that I'm going to use because it really does suit the theme of my page today. This is the summer stamp set, and I think I'm going to use this vacation stamp and the phrase days like these as well. So I'm planning on using those. I do have a butterfly and a die cut here and a couple of those chipboard circles as well from the Brie Kit. And I've got my journaling all printed out ready to go as well. I did have a bit of a play with some of my old border punches that were in my stash, and I cut one side with this, it's like that note paper type punch, and the other side with this postage stamp edge. And I think what I'll do is use the postage stamp edge. I just like that it's quite subtle, and that'll peek under these strips that I've got to go across the page, I think. I have also cut out like a faux tag, because this, I plan on just tucking this under the edge of my photo there. Now this was one of the large tags out of, I think, the Heidi kit quite a while ago, and it's the last one I have left, but I love the large tag shape, so I generally keep this one to cut out other tags from just cardstock that I have in my stash. So I use that as a template, which is really handy. Okay, I might make a start on this and show you what I've got planned for this page today. Okay, so to start off with, I'm just going to adhere my photo down because I know I just want that right at the bottom of the page. And you'll see I do get my T-square ruler to make sure it's centered, but for some reason I was looking at the wrong measurement, so I had a bit of trouble getting this in the center. I think I was looking at 4.5 inches is the middle, where it should have been 4 1/4. Anyway, I do sort that out in the end, but you see I had a little bit of fiddling going on there. And now I've got these two strips that are going across the top. I haven't cut them down yet. I'm going to stick them down onto the page and then I'll trim it off with my scissors. So just sticking that black and white piece on, and then I've got that yellow striped piece going over the top. Alright, and then I've got my punched edge piece of cardstock, and I've decided to put the textured edge down so that the plain is what you see peeking out from underneath there, just to give a bit of contrast to the textured cardstock that I have for my background. Alright, so now I'm just going to trim those off, and I'll grab my sewing machine and I'm just going to stitch a couple of rows across those strips. So there you go, stitching is now done, and I've roughed up those edges a little bit, and now I can start adding these other bits and pieces. So I've got my title that I want to go there. I know that I wanted that faux tag just tucked under that left side, and I've left the twine long as well because, as you know, I do like lots of long twine sort of stretching across the page, so I've left that on there. I've got that little die cut that I want tucked into the right hand side of the photo, and I'm going to put a foam dot behind that just to give it a bit of dimension. So just sticking that on there now. Just tucking it under the edge of the photo slightly. And now I've got one of those little chipboard discs, just trying to decide which one to use, and that's the one I end up using. So I also put a little foam dot behind that one as well. And that goes on there. Okay, so now I've got this butterfly, so just deciding where to put that one. I decided to put it on the left, and I use a glue dot behind that so it's nice and sticky, and that's going to stay in place. They're so pretty, these butterflies. I'm going to be sad when I run out of those. Okay, now I have already stamped this vacation stamp onto some plain white cardstock and cut it out, and I'm just going to put it right at the center top there. Again, a foam dot behind that one just to add dimension, and I'm using my ruler to make sure I center it properly. Alright, so that's on. And now I've got my journaling strips. Now I've got a little bit of journaling that I want above my title, and I do have one that's going along the bottom of the photo. And the one that's on the bottom of the photo just says at the beach in Malakuta, just to show where we were. But the other journaling you'll be able to read in my close-up photos at the end. So I'm just positioning them above the title there. I'm going to put some really thin double-sided tape behind those to stick them down, and then I'll try to get those into position. So I'm trying to roughly center it, but I want it to just tuck underneath the top of the H in the word sunshine there. So I stick them down, and then you'll see that when I position that title back where I want it, it's just covering up the words in that bottom line just a little bit too much. So I'm just repositioning everything, playing around, just trying to get that right. Fiddling about there. Okay, so I'm happy with that now, and I'm going to go ahead and add some stitching to those journaling strips as well. So that's done. So you can see there's little bits of thread that's adding a bit of texture to this page. There's lots of white space on this page, which I do love. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really wanted a fresh, clean look to this page. So now I'm adding a stamp above my journaling, and that actually forms the very beginning of my journaling. It says days like these, and that's from the summer stamp set. So I can stick that title on there now, right at the center top of my photo. Okay, and I've got a few of those little puffy stickers as well that I'm going to add. I've got a little yellow heart that I'm putting just above that stamped bit there, and I'm just going to add a little dot down near those the flowers there and next to the butterfly as well. And then I need to add my date to finish off this page. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how this one's come together today. A quick and easy one, but I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. And I'll pop a link down below to Felicity Jane. Let me know, as always, if you've got any questions, and I'll leave you with some close-up photos at the end. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.